Go check it out. Jackie Way Too Many Heineken Martling tonight at 6 p.m. signing his new CD, F. Jackie at Strawberries and Danbury. Tomorrow at FYE in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Sunday at Record World in Roosevelt Field. For jokes and CD signing information, you got to visit jokeland.com, okay? There it is. Yes, so Jackie had a party last night.
Yes, he did.
Thank you. Did you go?
Yes,
what
I
time
saw
did
you
you
driving away. I got there just as you were leaving.
Uh-huh.
You spent a lot of time there.
I bet you spent less.
No, I know I spent more. It seemed like more.
You know, when Jackie said he was having a party for his new album, F. Jackie, what I assumed was he had gotten a room at the Friars Club.
And was having a party.
Was having a party where, you know, you drink, you eat a little food. Because Jackie's the guy, gotta have drinks, gotta eat food. Well, he knows what I'm supposed to do.
Congratulate him on having made this new album. Yeah,
so I figured, okay, he's inviting me. And then he said to me yesterday he's only inviting 50 people. I figured, well, yeah, I mean, the guy doesn't want it out of control, probably, you know, cost money.
Sounded nice and intimate, right?
Yeah, sounded great. So I figured, well, his record company either bought the room or he bought the room. In my mind, his record company bought the room for the night.
You know, Jackie's not getting up on it.
And he's having it catered, like a little party.
Right.
You go there, you eat, and you drink.
Say hello to a few people.
And Jackie was making such a big deal. I'm only inviting 50 people. Benji can't come.
No.
Because Benji will embarrass me.
There's a line.
Right. Meanwhile,
cut it off.
I go into the Friars Club last night to party with Jackie. I go upstairs. There ain't one guy I recognize there. It's a bunch of guys, like business dudes, who have nothing to do with Jackie.
Right. I was like, who are these people?
Just regular people.
He had no idea who they were.
He had no idea. I walk in. The next thing I know is, like, a bunch of people are hit me up for, like, let's stand around and take photographs. For me, that's like being a circus clown. Yeah. Like, hey, stand there and take pictures. I go, what? Now, you don't want to be rude to anybody, so I'm standing there taking pictures. I thought these are Jackie's friends. Turns out Jackie doesn't even know him.
There was this woman stalking me. I finally said to Nancy, who is this woman? She goes, I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't even a Jackie party. I built the whole night. I was supposed to go out with other friends. I built the whole night around this stupid thing.
Cleared it out for Jackie.
Cleared it out for Jackie, and you get there. And by the way, you can't even get a drink.
And there's no food.
Yeah, they had a hot dog weenie. We were joking.
Yeah, I did see a pig in a blanket.
I joked that, I said, I thought Jackie was throwing the party, but the Friars are throwing it. I said if Jackie was throwing it, there'd be pigs in a blanket. As soon as we walk in, the guy comes to Howard and I with a tray of pigs in a blanket.
That's all I saw.
Well, and then I'm going like, how is Jackie inviting us to a non-party?
No, it turned into a Jackie party later.
Well, if you hung around long enough.
It really was a Jackie party. I spent my whole night talking to two celebrities. The first half of my night, I spoke to Dr. Judy, the sex therapist.
Yeah, I did too.
And the second half of the night, I spoke to the only black friar.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yeah. So I walked in for literally 2 minutes. I just shook a bunch of guys' sweaty hands. Saw Jackie for a second. Posed for pictures with Jackie and about 1 million other people Jackie didn't know. What kind of party was that, dude?
It was a CD release party. The Friars
CD release
for me.
Yeah, but you got to explain that.
It was a media party, and I told you guys.
No. What is it?
No.
Oh, come on.
Just to announce the CD.
Well, there was something else interesting that happened at the party, Howard.
I got out of there so quick.
It was way more crowded than I didn't think there was going to be that many Friars there.
Amazing, the Friars.
Well, the other interesting thing that happened is, it was a release party. Jackie got up and said a few words and everything. But then Jackie unveiled something that I think is a new business. Jackie, is that going to be a new business?
I don't know.
But it seemed like a new business because he even said, he got up, he was getting ready, he goes, this might be one of these things that we can make some money off of. We're trying it out, we'll see how it goes. And it's basically joke karaoke.
Didn't say that, Gary.
Yes, you
joke what?
Joke karaoke.
It's karaoke.
Karaoke. So what happens is you get a book.
You were there for this, Robin?
I saw the start of this, but you couldn't even get into that room.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, you get a book and there's 60 Jackie jokes in it that are written out. You look at them and you pick the one you like, and if you like it, say, I want joke 27, and you go up on stage and there's 2 teleprompters, and the joke comes down and you tell the joke. But it was funny. It was funny. Well, first of all, the first woman that got up to tell a joke
Jackie
was a really, really, really old lady.
He's Ralph Cramden.
Who said the F word, 100 times.
Right.
So that was sort of amusing.
There you go.
It was great fun.
Great fun. Like the party. Oh, my God. I tell you something. This guy, and if I ever threw a party where you had to go buy your own drinks, forget about it. I wouldn't hear the end of it.
What do you mean you had to buy your own?
You had to buy your own drinks.
Or you drank wine or beer.
There's beer or wine or buy your own drink, and you couldn't buy your own drink if you weren't a friar.
It was only beer, yeah, and if you weren't a friar, you had to buy a drink.
But you couldn't buy a drink if you weren't a friar because you have to be a friar
to actually pay. You had to get a friar to buy you.
Yeah, right.
In my defense, I had no idea.
Oh, you had no idea. So when I tell you I have no idea.
You're going to let me finish
Maybe you'll be a little more amenable.
Are you going to let me finish the sentence? Never mind.
No, go ahead, because you know the sentence makes no sense.
You're right.
Let's hear the sentence.
No.
In my mind, it was gonna... And he realized he has nothing to say.
I have plenty of saying.
Go ahead.
In my defense, I didn't know that it was only beer and wine until we got there. Nancy came up and said, I just found out it's only beer and wine and soda, so can we just tell them that to put it on your tab and people can order what they want? And I said yes, and she did that. So people were ordering whatever they wanted. And I had no idea it was only beer and wine.
I don't buy that. And first of all, why should you pay for... Why should you pay beer and wine for just random people eating dinner there?
What...
It's crazy.
There were people sitting. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know whether the party was in one room or in both rooms. I didn't know anything.
It spilled over because there was so many people there.
The party was in one room, basically. There was another room where some of the partygoers spilled over, but also where some of the very old friars would just go to hang out.
Right.
But some of the partygoers were in there as well.
Well, it was a huge success, and I appreciate you guys coming.
you
I'm
had a
sorry
lot
it was
of
so crowded. There were a lot of people.
I got right out of there.
A lot of old people, too.
I wanted to hang out for a while.
But at least you're only coming across town.
Yeah,
I come in and
How long did you stay?
I stay there for 15 minutes because that's all I can stand.
Right.
And I'm out of there.
Now, did somebody make an odd comment again to you last night? A racial comment?
Yes.
Yeah.
What did they say?
Oh, no.
What did they say to you?
She came over to
Some
me. She was
strange person says to me, I've been in favor of black supremacy for many years. Stand behind me.
Stand behind me. A white guy?
And I said,
A white guy or a black guy?
A white I didn't know what.
Robin came to me and said, somebody's staring at me, and they said something weird to me, and I don't know if it's a man or a woman.
Yeah,
and he said, well, that doesn't surprise me.
He's for black supremacy.
He, she, whatever, was for black supremacy. And I said, what? And they repeated it, and then I looked at that person, and I said, I don't know what you're talking about, and walked away.
And I didn't know who she meant. When I walked out of the room, I took a look, and I knew who she meant. I never saw the person before.
Woo.
Yeah, because at one point the person volunteered to do karaoke or whatever it is.
Right.
And Jackie goes, come on up here, sir. And when the person got up there, he realized it wasn't a sir.
I did that for you, Rob.
I don't think he was joking.
No, I...
Come on up, sir.
You're a good guy. Whoops.
Sir almost broke my hand.
Which took you
I got quite a hand.
All right, let me just...
Well, thank you for coming. I'm sorry it was so crowded.
It was so bad. It was the worst.
It was the greatest part.
Because then I'm like, well, who are these people? And nobody can tell you who any of them are. I don't know how they got in. There was a list downstairs.
I don't know. I just got out.
These people?
All I know is I said, what kind of party is this? No drinks.
There were drinks.
You can't...
Hardly any food.
Hardly any food. It's dinner time. He's inviting people for 6 o'clock dinner time. But all right, hors d'oeuvre, something.
To have something, yeah.
Jackie, way too many Heineken Martling. He's very small in his pants. I've seen it.
Hey.
He's no bigger than I am. Sad part is he thinks he's big. His filthy new CD, F. Jackie, available at all retail outlets coast to coast. Would you have a whole bunch of signings this weekend?
Yeah.
How many people?
Total?
Yeah.
And all of them.
About 50 or 100 at each of them.
Roosevelt Field, you must have had some people.
No, you know.
No, there were people in the mall. They just weren't there for Jackie.
Saturday, October 7th at the Chicago Theater, Jackie in Chicago, Illinois. For MP3 audio and filthy 3D joke, man, visit jokeland.com. Hard to believe. Got that new album out and everything.
Some drunk comes stumbling out of a bar. A nun's walking down the sidewalk. He punches her in the stomach. Before she can say anything, he smacks her on the head. She goes down. He kicks her. He picks her up and he smashes her up against the wall. He says, you're not too tough tonight, are you, Batman? Tom didn't get it.
That is not accurate.
Michael, what is it?
I went to Jackie CD's hiding. I was the only one there.
Where was this one?
In Elizabeth, FYE.
Oh, when was that? Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, people have a lot to do on Saturday. It was Saturday.
I'm sure people would have been there if...
You got to hold it on another day.
Yeah. If you'd been there on a Friday.
He wasn't the only one there.
Really? How many people did you have at that one?
50 or something.
Did he have 50?
Maybe 100.
No, I was the first. I just went there, walked up to him, signed it. Nobody was there.
You're not telling the truth, Michael.
Remember me? I was the one with the red shirt.
Oh, yeah.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Same as Jackie's movie.
Jackie says to me, I said, did they cut your hair on the set of that movie to make it match? He goes, no, I did it myself.
Did you notice the big hole in the back of Jackie's head?
I don't know who he has cutting it.
Whoever gave him the haircut, there's a big gash in the back of Jackie's head.
I got a pimple back there that won't go away.
Let me see. Let me see that. He's got a
pimple in your
gash.
head?
I'm going to go to the...
Turn around, bro.
Tax
You always get stuff that Let me
You're
see.
going to the taxidermist.
Turn around. World. Wait, turn around. Can't see it from here. Look at that thing.
Oh, my God.
I don't know what it is.
It's cancer of the brain.
It's his twin brother.
Yeah, you're like Chang and Shang. That's your Chinese brother.
I'm an alcoholic and he's not.
Right. When you get old, you get stuff on your head and your face.
Oh,
just
please.
grow.
I'm a few years older than you. You're climbing right up my ass.
You're out in the sun too much. That's another thing. Like my dad will tell you. My dad's always going in to get like stuff removed from his face.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, the ravages of the sun.
Because your dad always wears a hat.
Yeah, but when he was a young man, he didn't.
Oh.
And that's when you get it. See, people think they're
It's now that you have to protect yourself?
No.
It's years ago, and
Too
you're
late.
seeing the effect.
yeah, it's already too late.
Forget the hat.
Yeah. On Jackie's case, I think his wife's drilling a hole in his head while he sleeps. She's trying to get rid of him. It's just the beginning of the hellhole. It's going to get deeper and deeper.
Oh, dear. But I love these movies he goes on. It's not like the hair person, cut his hair to match.
Yeah.
He just looked at the
I got
dating
a haircut.
himself and
Go away.
decided to cut his hair to match.
All right, I got to play you a song. Jackie slips in and out of different characters in this joke, and it's hard to tell who's who.
Four guys eat every day in the same Chinese restaurant. They have lunch every day in the same Chinese restaurant. They get drunk, and they break the waiter's chops so bad. Finally, one guy says, you know what, every day we come in here and get drunk and give the guy a hard time. I think from now on, we should stop breaking his chops. And
That's Jackie's drunk guy impression.
Oh.
Now you're listening to a drunk guy.
and give him a good tip. Everybody says, that's a good idea. The guy says, hey, Hung Lo, come over here.
Wait till you hear the drunk guy talking to the Chinese guy. You don't know who's drunk and who's the Chinese guy.
Every day we've been getting drunk and busting your horns. And we're not going to bust your horns anymore. Every day we're going to be nice to you, and we're going to give you a good tip. How you like that? He says, oh, very good. Now I don't have to in your coffee.
Wow. I don't know what the joke is,
Why
but
can't he play a drunk guy? That he should be able to.
he is
do.
a drunk.
Yeah.
He was drunk when he told it.
Right.
Guilty.
Hey, it's funny, he's drunk.
Playing a drunk. In Chinese.
Yeah. That's something else, huh?
Fascinating.
The new album, F. Jackie. Okay, so.
Oh, that must have gone over well.
Right.
When she heard that news.
Like if Jackie left the show,
She can't get on
I
live.
would have let him back on and promote.
You wouldn't?
No, I hate him.
Oh, come on.
You know that, Jack.
Oh,
Don't you leave, Jackie.
Oh, please. What about my next 10 albums?
remember me?
Remember me.
Did he get his head cut in a buzzsaw again? He's
Chop it off more and more hair. He wants to be bald. You know, I was watching a tape of like maybe a year ago of the TV show, Jack, and you had a ponytail,
Yeah.
and you look great. You had the long hair, made you look younger.
Tell me how ratty it looked.
No, you had nice blonde hair. It was a nice feature. You're cutting off the one good feature.
I had to cut it off.
It's crazy. It made him look younger, didn't it?
Like a Mercury 7 astronaut now.
Yeah, now he looks like my gym teacher.
Right, Gus Grissom or something.
Dude, it's making... Seriously, I got no agenda.
For a movie, and this is the length my hair was.
Oh,
so I had to cut it.
jeez.
A reshoot for a movie that no one will see.
Oh, my
I knew you'd say that,
God.
but
Tell him to buy you a wig.
If you had a different haircut, nobody would have noticed.
Would have been funny even in the movie if they said you have different hair. You know, how come in the movies people never get haircuts? Ever think about that?
Yeah, the hair doesn't grow over
Yeah.
years.
It's unbelievable.
Wear a hat.
All right, we got to take a break.
Had to match. Doctors should know within a week if the procedure that took cells from the baby's umbilical cord will save the girl from an inherited bone marrow deficiency. The procedure is controversial. The Suffolk County Legislature...
I hope that baby grows up and buys my new record.
Perfect for the Christmas
F.
season.
Jackie.
You know, that's what he said to me at the coffee machine this time. Jackie always says a nugget at the coffee machine. It's perfect for the Christmas
I'm going to twist
season.
your nuggets the next time we're at the coffee.
Your nuggets.
Your nuggets.
Your nugget.
Can you imagine he put
Is he
out
serious?
an album for Christmas?
That album?
It's like a piece of coal.
Yeah, you can listen to it.
Nice stocking stuffer.
She comes in there, she doesn't shut up the whole time, and then she says how much I talk. I can't even get in word edgewise.
Oh, it's so good for Christmas. You know, it's perfect timing.
Coffee.
The Suffolk County Legislature is considering a local law to ban the use of handheld cell phones in cars. They would be the first.
Except for Jackie buying it. Hey, speaking of Jackie and speaking of songs, you know Jackie's hit song. What's the name of that song? This one.
Another glass of fool's gold, and I'm under again. Been drinking this fool's gold since I can't remember when.
So that's Jackie's ode to beer.
Sounds like Johnny Rebel.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Yeah, I mean, you're keeping us in the same vein we were in.
Maybe we'll rewrite some lyrics.
So somebody sent in a song parody. I don't know why they didn't send it in for the song parody contest. Gary, where is it? Uh-oh.
They didn't know the contest was over?
Yeah.
Baba Booey. Baba Booey.
What'd you do with it,
Booey.
dude? Help me out here, quick. Quick as you can be. Thank you.
Papa Booey. Papa Booey.
Jackie's looking real old. He might be dead. He's got a lot of gray hairs, and not just on his head. He'll buy some more crappy houses until the money's gone, and then he'll find Nancy banging OJ on the lawn.
There it is. Song parody to Another Drop of Fool's Gold.
Another glass of fool's gold, and I'm under again.
You gotta start doing some of those racist songs, Jackie.
Drinking this fool's gold.
I don't remember when. I don't.
Another and another.
I think those would sell.
Till the wells dry.
He's got the voice for it.
And he's got the lyrics.
Another barrel. It helps the time pass by.
The morning. All right. He sounds a lot like those. How do I know that isn't you?
Much heart to it as well.
How do I know that isn't you on the Johnny? How do I know that isn't you on the Johnny Rebel
I'm
CD?
pleading the fifth, Bull.
I told you one of those guys sounded like Jackie to me.
Right.
And he was just saying to me the other day in the coffee room after those
I'm not talking
songs
no more.
were played, I love the steel guitar.
You were saying it too, right?
Please, I never said that.
Steel guitar.
Michael, you're on the air.
No, the elections in Serbia. He screwed that up entirely.
I know. Yeah, Gore looked a lot.
And Howard, he's almost as big of a moron as that jackass Jackie.
Right. Well, not quite. Not quite.
You
Well,
think, man?
Right.
I
No one's
listened to
that.
that all
No
year.
one's that silly.
I'll bet you they'd have a good time together.
Yeah, no one's that crazy.
Hey, pass another tequila. Pass the coke.
All right. Thanks, man.
No, hang on. I listened to that Olio CD. There is nothing funny on it, Jackie. Honestly, you should quit the business. You owe everything to Howard. Don't dog him. F Jackie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
F Jackie, the new
I
album.
guess he didn't like that John Bonet joke.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Come
the
on.
review.
That was clean.
Yeah. I mean, wait a second. You mean you didn't hear this?
A black guy walks into a bank in Mississippi. He goes up to the manager. He says, I'm looking for a job. The manager says, well, you got some timing? There's a position opening up tomorrow. $45,000 a year, full benefits, and you get a car. The black guy says, you're joking. He says, well, yeah, but you started it.
See?
Get it?
There it is. Jackie's great black impression and Southern gentleman impression.
In the same joke.
Yeah. Johnny Rebel's favorite joke.
Endorsed.
Man of one voice.
By the way, follow up.